welcome. I'm Lynn from L&J Goods. Thank you so much for joining us for this special IOD Holiday Release 2024. I've made 2 videos showing you how to make 25 ornaments from the molds and the transfers from the IOD Holiday Release. And then join this IOD holiday release party by clicking the link in the description box below. There's going to be a playlist where a lot of other creatives are sharing some great projects using the IOD holiday release 2024. For this video series of 25 IOD Christmas ornaments, we'll be using the whole new collection of IOD transfers and molds. In this first video, I'll be sharing 13 ornaments that you can create. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you see the next video for the next 12 ornaments. So get your glue guns and glitter ready and let's get started. My first 3 ornaments are using the mold Les Cloches. I cast these molds using a clear glass resin, which will give me that beautiful transparent base on which I can apply a reverse decoupage and transfer technique. Follow the instructions on the resin that you use. Clear resins and epoxies take about 24 hours to completely cure. There will be bubbles that rise to the surface, so use a flame to pop those bubbles. After the castings have completely cured, I had a little bit of cloudiness on the top layer. I simply sprayed them with a clear gloss varnish and the castings became crystal clear. Let's do a reverse decoupage technique. I have chosen some vintage sheet music and a couple of images from the Crimson Velvet transfer. I traced the cloches onto the sheet music and then cut out the shapes. And I transferred those candle images onto the sheet music. Use your favorite decoupage medium, which will dry transparent. Apply an even layer of the decoupage medium, and then I applied the sheet music to the back of the casting. It's going to look cloudy at first until that decoupage medium dries, but then it dries crystal clear, and you have a beautiful image that shows through the cloche. To finish my cloches, I painted all of that beautiful detail with my very favorite bright gold paint. When the decoupage medium has dried completely, I sand the edges so that I have a nice smooth finish all the way around the cloche. For my third cloche, I'll be using the IOD's new Tinsel Gilded transfer. I chose this little row of trees and trimmed it to fit the surface of the cloche. The new Gilded transfers by IOD work just like a regular transfer. As you apply them with the transfer tool, lift as you transfer so that you get the best result. Finally, I applied a clear gloss varnish over the surface. To finish off these ornaments, I glued on an 1/8 inch gold ribbon and a bow. For my fourth ornament, I used some more clear glass resin and a round silicone mold. to create a 1/4-inch disc. Then I found this metallic polka dot tissue paper in my stash. I applied a reverse transfer technique to the back of the casting and rubbed on a pretty snowflake from the tinsel Gilded transfer. I had some of these plastic snowflakes from the dollar store. I glued the disc onto that snowflake. This mold was a soap mold that I found at the hobby store. To finish off this ornament, I added some pretty silver tinsel garland around the outside edge and that 1/8-inch ribbon bow. The next 3 ornaments, I'll be using the new Angelic Tapers mold. I cast all 3 of these molds with a quickset resin and used the same technique on all 3. I just want you to see how easy it is to do bulk ornament making. You can do one for you, one for a friend, and one for another friend. This is a quickset resin, which sets in about 10 minutes. So I mixed enough to fill all 3 tapers, and then I cast a duplicate set because these ornaments are going to be 3-dimensional. To make them 3-dimensional, I used my Titebond Quick and Thick and sandwiched a little gold thread between the 2 molds and then glued them back to back. When they were dry, I applied a base coat of an off-white paint. And then I allowed that to dry. I used an antique glazing medium to bring out all those details. You could also use a dark wax and then wipe away the excess, leaving the glaze or the wax to settle into all of those little details. Because it's Christmas and anything is better with gold, I applied some gold wax to the surface of the tapers and then dry brushed some white wax over to bring up any highlights and further detail. Because the Angelic tapers are so elegant and so beautiful, I added a wide chiffon gold bow to the top of each of them. The next 2 ornaments are done using the IOD tinsel Gilded transfer and 4-inch glass ornaments that I had in my stash. You can find them on Amazon or in any hobby store as well. These are such fun and easy ornaments to do, and they're just great for getting your family or friends together and having a little crafting party. You can get so many bits from the transfers, so everyone can customize and personalize their ornaments just the way they want them. I think there is nothing better than getting around a table with people you love and making stuff. It's a wonderful way to explore your creative side and to share some special quality time. I always remember my mom getting us together and getting the ladies of the neighborhood together to just make stuff. And it's truly one of the fondest memories I have of growing up. I've always tried to bring that same feeling into my creating here at L&J Goods. So whether it's in person or at a retreat or watching one of my online videos, you can craft along with us and feel like you're a part of a community. After these gilded transfers are applied, I finished off the tops of the ornaments with my favorite gold paint. And I thought they needed just something a little bit extra, so I filled them with these pretty white and off-white fluffy feathers and I think they're just gorgeous. For the next two ornaments, I'm using another reverse decoupage method on the backs of these plastic ornaments. I used a rice paper to apply that reverse decoupage to just the one side of my ornament. I cut out a piece of the rice paper just to fit that back side, and then applied my decoupage medium, pressed the rice paper into place. I also snipped a little bit here and there so that I could get a nice flat adhesion to the ornament. When the decoupage medium was dry, I added a coat of white paint over the decoupage paper. That's really going to make the detail pop. And once that white paint was dried, I added my favorite gold paint onto the back side. It kind of looks like gold leaf. I glued some gold trim around the circumference of the ornament to hide that decoupage paper edge. Then I found a few little transfer bits that I liked from the Crimson Velvet transfer and applied those to the front of the ornament. Here's a tip for you. If you're trying to apply that transfer over a slightly curved surface, you can snip into it so that you make little pleats. That's going to help to flatten out that transfer over the curved surface. For the second piece, I found a little snippet from the IOD Yuletide transfer. I added some gold spangles and some glitter to the inside of this ornament to make a little shakety shake, glued the top on, and gave them a quick seal with a clear gloss varnish, and finished them off with a pretty bright red ribbon. Here's the next ornament. I'm going to create this sweet little thrifted frame. I mean, how cute are these little presents? In the Santa sleigh mold, I cast them using a quickset resin and then painted them with my favorite gold paint and some acrylic paint. I did a bunch of these because I'm going to use them in another project in my next video. I happen to have this thrifted frame in my stash, and I had JR cut a little piece of masonite for the back of it, and I painted that black. Then I applied a little snippet from the tinsel transfer. I glued that little gift package onto the base. Then I happened to find a little 3-inch square stretched canvas in my stash, and it fit perfectly into the back of the frame. I painted it black, let the paint dry, and then applied more of that tinsel gilded transfer.
Hurry now, should have been done by now.
I painted the back of the frame with gold paint also. Glue the little canvas into the back of the frame. Seal the transfer with a gloss sealer. And then I finished it off with one of those pretty chiffon gold bows and a little gold ribbon loop at the top for hanging. Here's the last ornament for this video using one of those customizable photo ornaments. Seems in the last year I've grown an incredible fondness for kittens, and so I found that really cute kitten transfer and this floral bit in the Crimson Velvet transfer. Using the template insert that comes with the ornament, I cut out 2 pieces of white cardstock and then glued those one on each side of that template. This gives me a much thicker and sturdier base on which to apply my transfer. When the layers have dried, trim the edges so that it fits snugly into that ornament. And then apply the transfers, one on each side. I've left a list in the description box below with links to all of the products that I've used today. You can hit up your local stockist or at lnjgoods.com. Sand the edges for a nice smooth finish, double checking to make sure that it fits inside the ornament. I painted the edge with a little bit of gold paint. Then seal the transfers in place with a coat of glossy varnish. I added those same gold spangles and glitter that I used before into each side of the ornament. I'm so glad that you decided to hang out with me here at L&J Goods. I have left a playlist link in the description box below to lots of other IOD creatives who are part of this holiday release series. I had some antique tinsel garland that I glued around the circumference to hold the ornament closed and give it a little extra bling.
Shine on, Christmas star. Shine on, Christmas star.
We don't want you to miss the second of this series of 25 Christmas ornaments. We appreciate you sharing your time with us. From our whole family and team here at L&J Goods, we want to wish you a most blessed and joyous holiday season. Or a brooch, a beautiful brooch. Yeah?
You're giving everything away.
Well, okay.
Why would they bother watching the video? It's over. Showed
Well, we
every
gotta see
single
how
thing.
to do them.
Here.
There will be no shortage of inspiration. There's a lot of other creatives are
Sharing some really great projects.
where a lot of other creatives are going to be sharing some great projects. Make earrings, maybe.
Come on down to L&J Goods where you're gonna get ornaments, ornaments, ornaments.
Surely I need the other tray of ornaments. It's in the back. Oh shoot. It's on the end of the table on that stool. Oh, because it's a whole different batch of ornaments. You'll not only find I've made 2 videos with 25 ornaments. I've made 2 videos featuring after you've watched this video, don't forget to pop over and see the second no, that doesn't sound right.